Hello, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Matt Atchity, that's Christy Lemire, that's Alonso Duralde. This week, Red Sparrow hits theaters. It's a new movie from Jennifer Lawrence. She plays a Russian ballerina who ends up in spy school, or as the trailer says,
horse school.
Horse school.
You sent me to horse school.
Not horse school.
No.
Horse school.
That'd be a whole other movie.
We're gonna do a whole big review of this movie. The short version that we're gonna tell you here, it stinks. It's not good. So instead of reviewing the movie, we're going to give you some recommendations as to other things that you should see instead of this movie. We've each picked one film that we all stand behind and think are a better use of your time than watching Red Sparrow. So who would like to go first? Alonso Duralde?
Oh, okay, sure. I went with 2011's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, the first big screen adaptation of the classic Jean le Carré spy novel, although following the very successful British miniseries back in the 70s, starring Oscar contender and likely winner this weekend, Gary Oldman. And it's about Cold War era intrigue. And Red Sparrow, weirdly enough, is set in the modern day, but could have very easily been a Cold War era movie if they'd wanted to. They certainly still portray Russia as one giant gulag. Anyway, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is smart and unpredictable and has a very cool atmosphere to it and has lots of great performances and has genuine stakes and the twists make sense. And none of those things would apply to Red Sparrow, so I would say see this one instead.
Yeah, Tinker Tailor is a great movie and it is a terrific performance by Gary Oldman, although people should take the time to watch however many hours it is of the original that Gielgud's in, right? Isn't that
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness, sorry, right, Alec Guinness. As George Smiley, who was the character that Le Carré wrote about a bunch.
In several
novels. That particular movie is a good example of a book that would otherwise be unfilmable. It's so labyrinthine in its plot, but they managed to make it work in
in 2 hours,
right?
Yeah, but you have to be awake for those 2 hours. You got to be perky going into
yes,
it.
it does require some attention, but I know you can do it.
Right. Do not
Attention,
have a
but
couple
also-
of vodka martinis.
Yeah, this
Definitely
is
not.
a time
Don't
we
get all
don't
liquored
drink
up like these
beforehand.
two.
No, but you not only do you have to pay attention to the details, but also like it's really understated. Like it's really slow and takes its time.
But
and
the payoffs are worth it.
If you're looking for like slam bang action movie, this is not it.
Sure.
Like,
But what is,
But
Christy?
perhaps
I can
you've
think of one.
brought us a slam bang action movie.
Atomic Blonde, which I went back and I watched our What the Flick review of it from last year. It just came out last summer, and I feel like I was too harsh on it because it's really fun, especially in retrospect, having just watched Red Sparrow.
Well, sure, after Red Sparrow, it's suddenly Citizen Kane.
Yeah. It's a Citizen Kane of gorgeous women kicking ass movies. But the thing with and you can't not compare them. They are so similar, at least as far as what they're aiming for, with having this beautiful and seductive woman as a spy, seducing people, lying, manipulating them, whatever. But what I so appreciate about Charlize Theron's character in Atomic Blonde is that she has total agency. Drink, a word you like a lot. And she has gravitas, and but she's in charge all the time.
Is it earned?
No, and the thing with Jennifer Lawrence and Red Sparrow that they say over and over again is over and over again is your body belongs to the state. Like Charlotte Rampling is one of many people who force her to strip down as the headmaster at horse school.
Yes.
And she says your body belongs to the state, and her body belonged to the state before but when she was still a ballerina. She was a commodity. And one thing that's so great about Atomic Blonde is how in control Charlize Theron is of every choice she makes. And it's so much better crafted in terms of the editing, in terms of the pacing, in terms of the music, in terms of just the vivid sense of place of, and it is the end of the Cold War, right? As the Berlin Wall is falling and she's in Berlin. And yes, I look back and I feel like I want to go tweak my What the Flick score of Atomic Blonde in retrospect.
I still have issues with Atomic Blonde, but if I had to watch one again, this or Red Sparrow, I would watch Atomic Blonde again
better.
In a heartbeat. Yes.
Now, this is a movie that we see a lot of press from the press tour from Jennifer Lawrence, but this is, I think, just kind of a waste of her talents. And so the movie I'm going to pick is Winter's Bone, which is the 2010 movie that really put her on the map. It's a crime drama set in the Appalachian Mountains. She's looking for her father, and you know, it's this very insular community, and it's kind of a film noir. It's a terrific performance from Jennifer Lawrence, who I think is only like 20 at the time.
She's young, but
It
she's
was her
playing a
first. It
teenager.
was her first film. Yeah.
It's her first teenager. She's got a gravitas way beyond her years.
Yeah.
A terrific film. I know that it didn't get a huge release, and if you've never actually watched it, this is a great time to go back and watch it and kind of see, even from the get-go, she is terrific. She's really, I almost want to say lights up the screen. It's not even that. It's that she's fierce and vulnerable at the same time. She's got this kind of weary look. It's a terrific film, so I would strongly recommend that one.
And her first Oscar nomination.
And her first Oscar nomination.
And she has really great instincts. And it's interesting from there to see like that they put her in the Hunger Games movies. Like the movies that the world knows her from are these giant spectacles. And the thing that is interesting about her is what she does instinctively in smaller, quieter moments. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've always liked her as an actress. Even like, I'm not a fan of The Beaver, but she's quite good in that in a supporting role.
Beaver. Oh, right, she was the Beaver. She was his friend.
Yeah, you know, I think she's.
bonkers.
I'm a fan of not American Splendor, American. Hustle, thank you.
American Made, American Honey.
So many Americans, not the sniper one.
No,
but
she's
anyway.
great. And again, great instincts there too. You know, where like she's unpredictable.
So we'll see other great Jennifer Lawrence movies, but Red Sparrow is not one of them.
Right. There are a couple moments where during Red Sparrow, we'll talk about this when we do our full review, where okay, sure, fine, but overall the movie's not that great. So our recommendations instead of this are to watch Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy or Atomic Blonde or Winter's Bone. Watch all three of them. There's still a better time than that movie. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to review the latest movie from Duncan Jones, Mute, which is available on Netflix now. We took the time to watch it. So we'll be back after these messages. You're watching What the Flick.